Have you ever wondered what really starts a war? We talk about ideology, freedom, land, power, so much at stake. But what if beneath it all, history's bloodiest conflicts were really about a shiny, yellow, surprisingly heavy metal, gold? It sounds like fantasy, but it's absolutely real. Gold has shaped the rise and fall of empires, fueled armies, and redrawn the world map. Gold doesn't feed you or build your house, but wow, does it change everything. It's too soft for tools or weapons, imagine that. So why the obsession? The answer: value. Once humanity decided gold was valuable, everything changed. We'd do almost anything to get it. Gold is rare but not too rare. It doesn't rust or tarnish. Amazing, right? Its beauty and luster have captivated us for millennia. This shared belief turned gold into the foundation of economies, and the lifeblood of empires. When something becomes that important, it stops being just a thing, it becomes an idea. And people go to war for ideas, especially when those ideas can be melted down and stamped with your face. The story of war is inseparable from the story of economics. And for most of history, that meant gold. From Egyptian pharaohs to Spanish conquistadors, the pattern is clear. Gold meant power. The desire for gold wasn't just about wealth, it was about shaping the world, building armies, and leaving a legacy. So is war just a hunt for shiny rocks? It's more complicated than that. But also, yes, gold is the thread running through the tapestry of human conflict. Why gold? Why not rhodium or seashells? Some cultures tried, but gold had the perfect mix of qualities. It's chemically stable. Gold coins from ancient Rome are still shiny today. This permanence gave it a sense of eternal value, a way to store wealth across generations. Gold is divisible and portable. You can't carry cows in your pocket, but you can carry coins. Its scarcity is crucial. If gold were as common as sand, it would be worthless. Gold represents a concentration of labor, technology, and power. For rulers, gold wasn't just pretty metal, it was the fuel for armies, trade, and empire building. The more gold an empire had, the more power it could project. Gold became a self-reinforcing loop. More gold, more power, more conquest. It was the ultimate power-up in history's grand game, and every ruler wanted to level up. In the end, gold wasn't just a symbol of power, it was the engine that drove it. Let's look at history's gold-fueled empires. Ancient Rome conquered Dacia for its gold mines, funding massive projects and paying legions to conquer even more. Mansa Musa of Mali controlled West Africa's gold, so much that his pilgrimage to Mecca crashed Egypt's economy for a decade. His gold put Mali on the map, literally. Spain's age of exploration became a frantic, bloody scramble for gold in the Americas. Conquistadors destroyed empires for treasure, shipping tons of gold back to Europe. This influx made Spain the world's richest nation, but also caused massive inflation and economic chaos. Gold built empires, but it also sowed the seeds of their destruction. For the Americas, Europe's gold lust meant devastation. For Spain, a golden age built on violence and theft. Gold's power is always double-edged. Empires need gold because war is expensive. Soldiers, weapons, food, fortifications all require cash. For most of history, that meant gold. A king with gold could hire mercenaries, pay troops, and outlast enemies. No gold, no army, no victory. This principle didn't end with swords and shields. In the world wars, nations used gold reserves to buy weapons and supplies from abroad. Gold was the ultimate currency for international arms deals. Even today, economic strength is military strength, and gold still signals stability. Countries with large gold reserves are seen as more creditworthy and resilient. In global power games, gold is a secret weapon, a financial backstop when all else fails. Gold's role in war has evolved, but its importance hasn't faded. The rules of power are still written in gold. In the end, he who has the gold makes the rules. Beyond economics, gold taps into something primal. Its gleam triggers our deepest desires for status, security, and immortality. Tolkien called it dragon sickness, an all-consuming greed. Our stories are filled with gold-obsessed kings, pirates, and prospectors. Gold is the ultimate status symbol, activating the reward centers in our brains. This obsession leads to conflict when something is both valuable and finite. Competition turns violent. The zero-sum mindset, my gain is your loss, drives everything from robbery to invasion. Leaders use the promise of gold to motivate armies and justify conquest. The cry of gold can drown out morality and fuel atrocities. It's not just economics, it's a collective madness, a dangerous idea that gold is worth any price. That idea has haunted humanity for millennia. The deadly link between gold and war is alive today, now called conflict gold or blood gold. Armed groups seize gold mines in unstable regions using forced labor and violence. The gold is smuggled, mixed with legitimate supplies, and sold globally, ending up in jewelry and electronics. Profits fund more weapons and violence, creating a vicious cycle. The Democratic Republic of Congo is a tragic example. Its gold wealth has fueled decades of conflict and suffering. Consumers unknowingly buy products containing conflict gold, inadvertently funding violence. International regulations and activist groups push for transparency, but the problem is hard to solve. Smuggling is sophisticated, corruption is rampant, and clean gold is hard to distinguish from blood gold. As long as demand and instability exist, ruthless people will use violence to control gold. The hunt for gold still leaves a trail of blood. The ancient problem is far from solved. Gold once formed the very foundation of the global economy, the gold standard. Currencies were tied to gold, creating stability, but also fierce competition. Nations hoarded gold, and trade meant literal shipments of bullion across oceans. Losing gold signaled weakness, gaining it meant power. The system could be weaponized. Countries could attack rivals' currencies by draining their gold reserves. Economic warfare played out in bank vaults, not battlefields. The gold standard collapsed during the Great Depression. Countries needed flexibility, not golden handcuffs. In 1971, the US ended dollar-gold convertibility, closing the era. But gold didn't lose importance. It became the ultimate insurance policy against financial disaster. Even without the gold standard, gold remains the world's financial safety net. The game changed, but gold is still the prize. If money isn't backed by gold, why do countries still hoard it? Central banks are doomsday preppers. Gold is their ultimate insurance policy. In a crisis, when trust in money or governments collapses, gold is the asset of last resort. It can't be printed, devalued, or defaulted on. Nations like Russia and China buy gold to hedge against US dominance and financial pressure. Gold gives them independence and economic sovereignty. It's a quiet, powerful declaration of stability in an uncertain world. Gold has financed armies, destabilized economies, and toppled civilizations. Yet it's also a shield against chaos, a paradox at the heart of its power. As new tensions rise, is the next great conflict already being financed, one gold bar at a time? The story of gold is far from over. Gold isn't just locked away in vaults or flaunted as jewelry, its story is evolving in ways you might not expect. Every smartphone in your pocket relies on gold's unbeatable conductivity. Surgeons use gold nanoparticles to target cancer cells, and astronauts coat spacecraft parts with gold to shield them from solar radiation. Gold is even sprinkled onto gourmet desserts because apparently nothing says luxury like eating your assets. Here's a wild fact. There's enough gold dissolved in the world's oceans to give every person on Earth a few kilograms if only we could figure out how to extract it. And while ancient kings wore crowns, today's tech giants rely on gold to keep the world connected, one microchip at a time. So, what's next for this ancient metal? Some predict gold will play a crucial role in the next wave of green tech, or even in the currency of interplanetary trade. As digital currencies rise and economies shift, will gold's allure finally fade, or will it keep finding new ways to shape our world? One thing's for sure, humanity's obsession with gold isn't just about wealth, it's about possibility, survival, and the eternal quest for something that lasts. In a world racing toward the future, maybe gold's greatest power is reminding us of where we've been and where we might go next.